Hello, today I want to talk to you about knee injury symptoms that you should never ignore. When you hurt your knee, whether it's being slammed by a brick that's falling off of a shelf, whether it's slammed into by a piece of furniture, whether you fall into a hole, whether you're crawling, when you're picking up a patient, whatever the case may be, normally it's an injury that takes your breath away because that pain is quick and fast and usually quite painful. And then sometimes it never goes away until you're actually at the emergency room or the urgent care. Sometimes you say, oh, well, you know what? I put some ice on it and it felt a little bit better. It just depends on what you've done to that knee. Did you tear something? Do you feel that catch in your knee all the time? Is it painful where it's take your breath away pain all the time? Is it relieved when you put your leg up, when you put some sort of ice on it or you wrap it, and maybe that helps it a little bit? Does it get worse when you try to step on it and put weight on it? Those are types of things that you can't ignore because you can't function if you can't get around. And sitting in a wheelchair for the rest of your life isn't going to work either. So you've got to pay attention to those knee injuries when there's very significant pain, certainly when there's swelling. If you see discoloration, whether it's red or getting purple, there's probably some bleeding going on underneath. Whether or not there's weakness because perhaps you've torn a tendon in there and your knee is unstable. All of those things are very, very important in the injured knee. The other thing I want to bring up to you is that most of the time when folks hurt one knee, the other knee starts to become painful at some point because you're putting all of your weight on that other leg. Even if you have a crutch, you're still stepping with the good leg. You're still taking stairs with the good leg. You're still getting into the car with the good leg and trying to bring the bad leg in. So you really need to also be discussing with the doctor the fact that perhaps your other leg is starting to get painful or you're starting to notice there's swelling there. We've had people also complain about their hips after they start walking awkwardly, where you're putting all your weight on one side and all of a sudden that hip's starting to hurt. We've also had folks talk about low back pain after they've had a knee injury. So we've got to be very, very thoughtful about what you're reporting to the doctors as soon as possible because the insurance company wants to say, well, all you have is a knee injury. But wait, no, my other knee is hurting me, or my hips are now hurting because I'm walking differently. So we've really got to be mindful of all of the types of pains and injuries that can come from that one knee injury. Focus on the bad knee, focus on the knee that you got hurt, the type of pain you're having, get to the doctor, but don't fail to keep in mind the other issues that can arise when you hurt your knee. I'm happy to speak with you about all of it, 770-351-0801. Thank you.
Hi, this is Jody, and I hope you found this video helpful. If you'd like to know more about all rights and benefits available to you under the Georgia Workers' Injury Laws, I'd like to invite you to download my Georgia Workers' Compensation Survival Kit that I created for folks just like you. Some of the topics I cover include: can I get fired for filing a work injury claim? 8 critical mistakes to avoid. Is it true that the insurance company will hire a private investigator to follow me around and videotape my activities? What happens when the insurance company is late with my weekly wage payments? 7 specific tactics I recommend to maximize your case settlement value. If you or a loved one needs to maximize your recovery from your Georgia Workers' Compensation claim, you'll find this survival kit important reading. Download your survival kit right now and at no cost. Just visit my website and sign up. It's that easy. Please act now, and as always, I wish you the best.